Dear students, today topic of discussion is know your data with visualization. Let us start with the data analysis. What is the data analysis? Data analysis is all about understanding data by summarizing and visualizing techniques. We can classify data analysis into two main classes: univariate analysis and second is the multivariate analysis. In univariate analysis, individual variables are analyzed to have better understanding of them. Pandas provide describe function to create static summary in tabular format of all variables. These static summary are very useful to understand the quality issues of data like missing data and outliers analysis. We have already used this describe function in the previous lecture. Pandas also provide plotting function to visualize the data. In multivariate analysis, we try to create a relationship among all variables. Today focus is analysis of the data through visualization. We can visualize our data through univariate plotting and through the multivariate plotting. We use three plotting functions: histogram, density plot, and box and whisker plots to visualize our data. And in multivariate plotting, we visualize our data using two plotting functions. First is the correlation matrix plot and second is the scatter plot matrix. Now let us see how will we visualize our data set using Python language. To save the typing time, I have already written the code and we will look these codes one by one. Visualization of data sets through univariate plotting and next is the multivariate plotting. In univariate plotting, we will use histogram, density plot, box and whisker plots. Okay, next we import the two library. One is the pandas library and next is the matplotlib. Matplotlib is a plotting library, and here you can see we use a method pyplot. This is the method in the matplot library. Okay, and this method has a function of histogram, density plot, and box and whisker plots, and also the scatter matrix plotting, density plotting, and many others plotting functions. Okay. Now next we execute this. Okay. Next we import the files fruit data, and the name of the data frame is the fruits df, and the way is pd.readxl, and this is the name of the file. Now we execute this. Now we are going to the first plotting functions. We are going to see the first plotting function, that is the histogram. The histogram is used to get an idea of the distribution of each attribute and variables in our data set. Actually, it groups data into bins and provide a count of the number of observations in each bin. By looking the shape of the bins, we can make an idea for whether an variable is Gaussian, skewed, or even has an exponential distribution. It can also be used to see possible outliers. Okay. Now, the function is, this is the data frame dot, and this is the function hist, and here plt dot subtitle, and this is the name of the function histogram, and this is the size of this title. Okay, and plt dot, so it displays the histogram. Let us execute this. Here you can see. It displays the histogram of each variables of our data set. What are the variables? Color score, fruit label, height, mass, and width. Next, suppose we want to increase the size of this graph. We use the function fruits df dot hist figure size 10, 10, and this is the subtitle histogram, and this is the font size, and next command is the plt dot show. Let us execute this and see what will happen. Okay. Size has increased. Okay. You can also increase your size with the fixed size functions. Now we execute this and let us see. This is the graph of histogram of each variables in our data set. Now let us see box and whisker plot. Actually, it is used to review the distribution of this plotting function is used to review the distribution of each attribute. It summarizes the distribution of each attribute, drawing a line for the median, middle value, and a box around the 25th and 75th percentile. And we have seen these percentile in the described functions. Okay. The whisker gives an idea of the spread of the data and dot outside of the whisker, so candidate outlier values. Value that are 1.5 times greater than the size of the spread of the middle 50% of the data. Let us see. The function is, this is the data frame name dot box plot. This is the function, and this is the title of the box plot, and this is the size of the this title, and plt dot show. It is used to show the function on the screen. Run it. Let us see. Okay. Here, this figure shows the box and whisker plot of each variables in our data set. Okay. Now, suppose we want to increase the size. We again use this function figure size. Here we use 10, 10. Okay. Now execute this. Okay. So this way you can increase the size of your figure. Okay. Now next, here we separate graph for each individual variable. Here in this figure you can see box and whisker plot in the same figure. All variables are shown in the same figure. Using this function data frame dot plot functions, we can separate graph for each variable. We can make a separate box and whisker plot for each variables. Through this function, plotting functions, here you have to specify the box and whisker plot. Subplots is a true, layout is a 3, 3, share is false, and share is a, these are the parameters. Now execute this. Let us see. Here you can see each graph represents the box and whisker plot of each variable. Okay. Now suppose you want to increase the size of the graph. Again use the same way, figure size 15, 15. Now execute this. Let us see. This way you can increase the size of your figure. Okay. Now next is the density plot. What is the role of the density plot? Density plots are also used to get a quick idea of the distribution of each attribute. The plots look like an abstracted histogram with a smooth curve drawn to the top of each bin, much like you do with the histogram. And command is here you only change the plot function has the parameter kind. Here you have to specify we are going to draw the density plot, and the remaining are the same subplots. Next is the layout, and next is the share flaws. Okay, now we execute this. Okay. To increase a size of the graph, here each graph represents the distribution of values of the each attribute in a separate graph. To increase the size, here you use the fixed size 15 comma 15. You can change it 10 comma 10, 5 comma 5, 20 comma 20 up to your requirement. Okay. This is the distribution of values of each attribute in your data set. Okay. Next is the multivariate plots. We already discussed a correlation matrix. Here we can draw a graph for the correlation matrix. Okay. The correlations, we already know, correlation gives an indication of how related the changes are between two variables, how two variables are correlated. What will be happen if the value of one variable increase or value of one variable decrease? So correlation between two variables. Okay. If two variables change in the same direction, they are positively correlated. And if they change in the opposite directions, means if you increase the value of one variable, then the value of other value decreases, then we can say if the change in this is the change in the opposite directions, means they are inversely related. Okay. Now we execute this and see. We have already seen this command. .corr, it gives the correlation matrix. Here you can see this is the how the two values are correlated. Here you can see mass with the width is related with 0.87. Okay, means these are mass and width are positively related. Negative means here you can see the negative value means width and the color score are negatively related. Okay, this matrix shows the how two values of a variables, how two variables are related to each other. They are positively related or the negatively related or inversely related, and this is the figure. Okay, here you can see the one means highly correlated, maximum correlated, and -1 means the minimum correlated in the reverse directions. Next is the correlation matrix plot. With the other way, you can also draw the correlation matrix plot. Let us run it. Here we have taken the PLT dot figure. Okay, this is the other way we can draw the. So one thing I want to mention here, there are three parameters. When you don't specify the Pearson correlation, Second is the Spearman. These are the type of the correlation function: Pearson correlation, Spearman correlation, and the Kendall correlations. If you don't specify any parameter, it gives the Pearson correlations. Okay, and if you specify, then it gives the Spearman correlation or Kendall correlations. Okay, by default it gives the value of the Pearson correlations. Okay. And these are the functions here. These are the functions to draw the plot. Execute this. When you observe, the values of this table will be different for the Pearson and for the Spearman and for the Kendall. Next is the Spearman. Values may be different. Slightly different value. Next is the scatter plot matrix. Here we visualize our data set with each other, how the variables are related in our data set. This is the scatter plot matrix. This matrix shows the relationship between two variables as dots in dimensions, one axis for each attribute. You can create a scatter plot for each pair of attribute in your data. Drawing all these scatter plots together is called a scatter plot matrix. Scatter plots are useful for spotting structured relationship between variables, like whether you could summarize the relationship between two variables with a line. Attributes with structured relationship may also be correlated and good candidates for removal from your data set. Here you specify this is the method in the pandas, and this is we are importing the scatter matrix functions. Scatter matrix, and here the parameter is our data frame. This is the title of our figure. Pair plot, run it. This is a pair plot of all variables in our data set. Suppose you want to increase the size of the graph. Here we have to specify the size, fig size 10,10. Run it. You can, the size it increase here. So there are several ways we can also visualize our data set. Suppose we want to plot for mean of each feature for each label class. Suppose for fruit name, means fruit name versus the mean of each attributes of the fruit. Here we are going to draw a plot between the fruit name and mean of each attributes of fruit. Is it clear? Now, here we use a functions group by. Here we group the entire data set on the fruit name, group by fruit name, and that means these functions compute the mean of the numerical variables. Okay, and dot plot and kind is the a bar graph. So we are going to draw a bar graph of each bar graph between the fruit name and the mean of each attribute. Okay, here we use the group by functions. Mean, these functions compute the mean of values of the variables, and this is the function plot that draw a bar graph. This is the title of our graph: class fruit name versus measurements. On the y-axis, here we have written the mean measurement. Okay, this is the rotation equal to 0 minus the sticks rotations. Next PLT grid is true, means we are going to show a graph in the grid. And legend LOC upper left, we are show the legend in the upper left. B box to anchor 1 1. Let us execute this command and let us see. Okay. Here you can see there are four types of there are four types of fruit: apple, lemon, mandarin, and orange. And here these are the bars of the each fruit types. Okay. So depending on your requirement, you can draw the graph to visualize our data. Let us use some other plotting functions. Here you can observe that we draw the graph directly on the data frames. Now, suppose we want to draw a line. Okay. Here again we use a line graph on the data frame. Okay. Run it. Let's see. This gives the line graph for each variables in our data set. Okay, here you can see line graph of each attribute of our data set. The command is dot plot. Data frame name dot plot. Plot is the functions which is used to draw a line. Here you can see these are the variables in our data set. Okay. Suppose we want to, okay, this is the graph without any title. Now you can specify the title here. Title of your graph is line graph of each variable of the data set. You can also specify the Y label. You can also specify the X label. Okay. Now run it. Let us see what is the difference between these two. Here you can see. In this graph, the grid is also mentioned. And we directly draw the line on the data frame. With the help of the data frame, we can draw the line of each variables of our data set. Suppose we want to draw a line graph of individual features or between two features. We want to draw a line of individual feature or individual variables or between two variables. For individual variables, here I am importing the NumPy is a library. And here we make a one-dimensional array of 61 records, 61 values, because your data set has the 61 records. So we are going to draw a graph between graph for the width, and the functions of plot x and y. These 61 points on the x-axis and y means the width is on the y-axis. So we are going to draw a line between x and y. X is simply a 61 points and y is the value of the width. So this way you can draw the individual line graph for each variables. This is the way. Here you can see, draw a line for all variables at a time with the help of the data frame. Here this graph shows how the values of your bit is varies from 1 to 61 points. This is the variation of the values of the bit. You can draw a line between the fruit label and these 61 points. Here you can see how the values of this fruit label varies in your data set. Now, we can also draw a simple bar for each variables separately of each variables of our data set. Run it. Let us see. The command is this way. Okay. Let us come to our presentations. These are the references. Any questions? In this video, we have seen a number of ways that we can better understand our machine learning data or data set in Python using pandas. Especially, we learned how to plot our data using histogram, density plots, box and whisker plots, correlation matrix plot, and scatter plot matrix. Thank you very much.